Hi folks, and welcome back to part 4 on this st90. We've got an issue and we've got it running all the rest, but we've got no gears. It's stuck in one of the gears, either first or second or even third, don't know, but we can't seem to get it to come out of gear. So that is in gear. We can get it to go that way, but not the other way. So it looks like we're going to have to strip it down and find out what's going on. I've drained the oil out of it, and I'm going to take this cover off here, because on one of the other bikes what had happened was, with it standing, the shift drum, the gear for the selectors, had seized, and I totally stripped the engine down, and when I moved in here, there should be a 10mm nut or bolt, and when I freed that off, tried to move that, it actually freed the gearbox up. So I'm hoping that this will do it this time. But we'll get it stripped down. I'll take this cover off and show you what I'm on about. Okay guys, took the cover off and my suspicions was true. I'd had this problem before with one of the bikes. They seem to stand. I mean, no one knows how long this has been standing. And because the select drum is at the top of the engine and no oil getting round it, I think it dries out, and behind here there's that 10mm bolt there. Now that is connected to the selector drum and it seizes in. Like I said, I've had this problem with one of the other bikes. So 10mm, got on it, and man, that was tight in there. But I've got it free. It's come free now. It's seized up, but now I have neutral, and it should select all the gears now. So if you come across this problem with one that's been standing for a long time, before stripping all the clutch out and everything else, try that first. It's a damn sight easier to get on that. And that's the problem you'll come across with bikes that have stood these sort of, I suppose, C90s, C50s, see all the rest of them, CTs, STs. There's the problem. Now I've gone through the gears, I've got all the gears, so I'm gonna whip this back on, see if I've got a gasket, excuse me, see if I've got a gasket for it, get it slapped back together, and we should have gears. I'll let you know once I've stuck it all back on. Well, I've cleaned that up a bit. Put the ignition on, and we have no neutral light. So why I've got that apart, because that's should be for your neutral. So I'm just going to whip the headlight out and just check the bulb, see if the bulb's gone. So I'll do that now and let you know. So I've undone the headlight. Now this should give you some idea how long this bike's been standing. Look at that for cobwebs. Yeah. Not too sure if I want to stick my fingers in there yet. If there's any spiders. We don't know what's in there. But yeah, that gives you some idea how long it's been sitting for all them cobwebs to get in there. Sorry about the light, but I'm using a torch. But wiring looks alright. Just got to find the neutral one, pull it out, see if the bulb's gone. and see if it'll work. But yeah, I think it'd give it 5 minutes. If there's anything in there to run off somewhere else. Right, I'll bring you back later. Well, the bulb had gone, but I'm still getting no neutral light. But that could be something to do with whatever's been chopped here. So we'll come back to that. We'll get on with the rest of it. Right then, we're all back together and everything went well. It's only screwing it all back together, but yeah, that'll turn now freely, and oh, give that a wrench. Now that's actually in gear. We can get that way like we could, but we can't get that way. That's it. And we're back to neutral. That's working. Now I'm wondering why there was no chain on it. Now if that was stuck in gear, obviously I couldn't push it around. So I probably took the chain off, knowing there was a problem with the gearbox. And I'm sure when I opened the big box, there was some gaskets in there, and I reckon what I was planning to do was split the casings and find out what was up with the gearbox. But that little bit of knowledge worked out a treat. So like I say, we're moving forward. So I don't know, maybe put a chain on it next. I don't know. Don't know where I'm going. As usual, I'm just going from here to there. I'm just doing bits as I think of it. Right then, I'll bring you back on the next bit. Go. Gearbox is working. Neutral light did come on for a while. Headlight come on. Like I say, we're moving forward. We're getting there. Yeah, well happy now. Pressure's off now. We know it runs. We got gears. So I'm well happy. Right then, I'll bring you back if anything else interesting happens, but yeah, we're well happy at the minute. Okay, right, got a new chain. I think it's time to fit it. I'll get a new chain on it. I think it's a gold one, the ones that Monkey Roo likes. Anyway, let's get this chain on, and we're moving forward a bit more. Well guys, that couple of minute job to putting the chain on has turned into a nightmare. As you can see, it's dark out there. Spindle was seized solid. Well, it's such a game to get it to free up, but hopefully it'll be alright. I've soaked it in GT85 now, and basically I'm going to let that soak until tomorrow, and hopefully the spindle will come out. But what a pig it's took me just to get it to move, because I didn't want to wail on it and then you end up bending the swinging arm or whatever. But yeah, I think we've got it. I'll let you know in the next bit. Right then, it's the next morning and we'll see if we can get this spindle out. I'll take this chain back off and we'll see if we can tap that through now. It's been soaking in GT85 all night. I'll just give it another blast. Had a bit of a tidy up, got the back end jacked up. I did notice last night, there's no bolt in here, so we'll get that undone and tap this spindle out, and we'll have a look if we've got any brakes in there. Right, let me crack on. Now I've got the back wheel out, I'll show you what the problem was. If it'll focus, stick against that. Yeah, the rust on that is what was holding the spindle in. But we've got it out now. The job's a good one. As for the inside the brakes, that's what I found. It's sorry the light ain't very good, but yeah, that all needs cleaning up. Brake shoes, I've seen worse. I've seen them where they fell apart. But yeah, we'll have a play around with that. We'll try and sort that out, because there's no witness mark. Normally there's a witness mark on these. Let me show you. There's a mark, little dot, and normally on here there's a mark that you line up. There doesn't seem to be anything on this one. Anyway, I'll have a look at it, see what we can sort out. And this Saturday there's an auto jumble at Huggy's Speed Shop, so we'll be over there, see if we can find any bits. If I find anything over there, of course I'll let you know. Let me crack on with this now. Let's see if I can get it cleaned up and all the rest. Right, I'm going to start by getting this sorted. This is seized up, as they normally do through standing. So what I'll do, I'll tap that out and clean it up, grease it, get it back in. Someone remember that dot goes to there, because I'll probably forget. Let me get it out then. Right, started tapping it out. As you can see here, all the corrosion that's making it seized up. So let's get on with it. Clean it and get a bit of grease on it. So there it is. You can see the crap on it, what it was seized up. When you take it out, don't forget you've got a felt washer that sits in there. So there you go. Yeah, well corroded up. I'm sure there's a spiral that runs up this. I may be wrong, but we'll get it cleaned up and have a look. Right then, let's get on with it. Right, now everything's cleaned up, we'll start reassembling it. Got the grease, got the fibre washer, that's all clean in there. So I think we'll put it back together now. I'll show you when I've done it. Right then, we've got it all back together and it's pretty goddamn good, as you can see. Smooth as a baby's bottom. There we go. Right, next on the project is the backlight, because we haven't got one. And there's the plan for this. I'll show you where I've got planned for this in a little while. Hopefully it'll work out just as I planned. Right then, it's time to see if my secret plan worked with this backlight. Anyway, bit of trivia. Last time this was on the road was 1994 by the looks of it, in Iowa. I can't say it. Right, let's show you what my plan is with this backlight. Right, backlight, one I bought from the Auto Jumble for the vast sum of £8. But I've got a plan, because we haven't got this on the bike, it never come with it. Oh, it must have been a year and a half ago. I bought off Barry at Huggies. How you doing, Barry? I know you watch the channel. I bought that off him, which was for his Honda 125 Elsinore, which he was selling. So what I've done, I've just took that bit underneath here, put some bolts and washers for where the original would have fitted to, and two there line up perfect. But I need this bit because we've got no gubbins in here, so either I'll nick the gubbins out the black one or put the black one on. So what I'll do, guys, I'm going to have a mess around and see what works out for the best and show you at the end of it. Well, there you go. I think my cunning plan worked. I think it looks pretty good considering you just can't find them, and if you can find one, they want so much money for it. So I'll just keep looking around the Auto Jumbles, see if I can pick a original one up. And I haven't done no damage, so you can always take that off, put an original one on if you want to get that sort of anal. But yeah, it's coming together now. Just got to cut the fixings down to the right size. Yeah, it's starting to look like a bike with that on. Feel like we've got somewhere again. Right then, on to the next job. Not sure where we're going. Maybe try and wire that up, find some wires under the seat, and see if we can get it to work. We've got that bit there, the brake switch, so maybe have a diddle with that. You'll have to wait and see. Well, it's time to start playing with the electrics. Try and get this backlight working. I've pulled all the wires out. These are just some jumpers I'm going to make up so I can connect onto the wires. But I've dragged everything out by the kitchen sink. I've got a load of wire in there that I might be able to nick bits out of to make that lead up to the backlight. I've also dragged another backlight for an XL out, which has got, if you can see that, the wires that I need if I have to. I'd rather not, because there's bits on there. I am going to nick them screws out of that for that one. So, I'm going to have a busy morning. Get rid of that. First job I'm going to do is make a set of jumpers up so we can hold on to the wires and all the rest. I'll show you that when I've done it. Right then, I made some patch leads up, so when I'm using the meter I can just click onto them and whatever I need to go on. Backlight, these wires here, pain up the arse, because I'm going to have to take all this off, because just behind there was a rubber grommet where the wires need to feed through to come under the mud guard through a little channel and pop out this hole here to go to there. So it looks like that's got to come off, which will give me a chance to clean underneath it anyway. But yeah, it's a bit of a pain up the arse to sort out. Anyway, we'll get them bolts out and have a look what's behind there. Well, as you can see, I've stripped that off. Mud guard's come off. I've stripped wire out, that old wiring loom, i.e. so I can match the colours up when it goes back together. Yeah, but down there, there's that rubber grommet you can't get to. So we'll start feeding wires through, start soldering up and get it all back together and see if it works. So that little job took me about 3 hours by the time I got it all back together, got the wiring in, threaded up through the mud guard, out up the top and reconnected. Yeah, it was a bit of a pain, but we got there. Like I say, probably 3 hours, and the backlight is working, but you probably won't see it because it's so bright. Anyway, next on the list is this bundle of stuff, bundle of joy. So that I'll save till the next one. So I'm going to call it a wrap on this one, and I'm down and I'm gone. Just to prove it to you, there you go, I'm gone.